What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to start framing up my basement and just do the starting work to finish. And I already started. I got about a quarter way done. I got all the walls foam wrapped. We use this poly, just the styrofoam. It's R5 insulation, and I'm using the subfloor with the grooves on the bottom because I kind of live in a wet climate and it gets damp in places. So I figured the extra airflow underneath the panels would help. And I'm going to show you what it looked like from the beginning and how far I've come already. So here's what we started with. Pretty much just concrete floor, half walls. Don't mind the mess. This is our storage room right now. And this is what we've come to. We got styrofoam wrapped. What my plan is, I'm gonna do a half wall around this window. I'm gonna come up 4 feet or so. So I have a little windowsill, a little ledge. And this wall I'm gonna go full. So I'm doing a full 8-foot wall. And in the back, I'm gonna put a wall coming across. This is a bathroom. I'm gonna put a wall coming across here somewhere. Probably starting right here. I'm gonna make this a porch. Do the same with a 4-foot wall starting here and coming around just for a ledge for keys, I don't know, gloves, hats, whatever, odds and ends, candles, I don't know. And this is how far I've come. I have subfloor done, and as you can see over here, I had to cut, so I only have tongue and groove on some pieces, like this one here, for example, and in the corner here. But they're connecting on the top. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a barrier over the top of this floor, the subfloor anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. And I'm just going to show you guys how I install insulation here. I have just cut this piece. I have 13. They're 1-inch thick. They're 4 feet high and 8 feet long. And my square footage of this basement is 350 feet. Well, 393 feet, including the bathroom. And I used 6 sheets maybe. I bought 13. I have 6 left, so I used 7 sheets. Well, 6.5. I got a sheet right here on the floor I'm cutting from. I'm just trying to do this filling work in this corner here. And I'll like all this here I'm going to cut off too. This is just for proper, I don't know, I'm just trying to fill up any cracks I can. Oh. To install these or stick them to your concrete, you're going to want this PL300. I'm in Canada, so it's by Lepage. You can specifically say it's for foam board. It won't burn through foam. So all you want to do is just load in your caulk gun, like so. And you're going to want 2 1-inch dabs. So I'm going to put a dab right here, and you want it to be 1 inch off the plate. And I'm going to put a dab up on the top right around here. Same thing. And we're just going to stick it in this corner here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do this. So this is our sheet. Right? You're going to want to put dead center pretty much. Just about 1 inch thick. Right? A good blob, a nice healthy blob. And the same thing on the top. Here's a better image. You got a nice thick blob. And you're just going to fit it in to where it has to go. Like so. And it's okay to have gaps. So you have a little gap right here. It's okay, we want that because it's for breathing. This is, it's almost like a vapor barrier combined with insulation. So you can see over here as well. Maybe I got a little bit of a gap here. Right, about 1 inch thick really. And yeah, you pretty much use it as your vapor barrier, but it also has insulation level. So what my plan is, I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to put R12 insulation on top. So it's going to put me at R17 insulation. And where I'm from, it calls for R15, so we should be good. I know the walls right here, they're R20, but these are 2x6 studs. So that you need R20. I'm pretty sure now. I'm not a carpenter. Like I said, I'm not a carpenter of any kind. And I pretty much only know how to do this because I watch YouTube videos. But we're making it work. And I don't want to pay somebody to do it. I'm perfectly capable of doing it. I have pretty good knowledge of, you know, building things. I work in the trades. I'm an iron worker actually, so I build buildings for a living. Steel buildings, but it's the same thing. Just set of bolts using nails right now. So yeah, come around for the journey. I'm gonna start doing this subfloor. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go, I'll probably come over 4 boards and I'll leave this board and a half out for right now because it's raining out and I don't really want to go cut in the rain. So I'm going to start doing some right here. I only have about an hour here because I have to go to an appointment. But I'm going to start doing some just so I can get all of this shit out of the way and put it over here. So I got somewhere to, so I have more area to work and more stuff I can fill. So yeah, I'll catch you guys back when I get working some little bit. I'll show you my backyard here just to show you our situation. Yeah, I know it's just a mess everywhere, but that's it. We don't have a garage, so before I start doing the subfloor, I just wanted to show you. I'm using this tight foam. It's for windows and doors actually, but it's the same same concept. It just doesn't expand as much, so you won't get this happening right here, like all this push out or whatever. It just kind of ends up like this, and that's where you feel it. It just hardens pretty much. And what I'm going to do, I have a couple. See this crack right here? Just gonna fill that, and I have a little spot down here. That's technically exposed concrete underneath there. So I'm just gonna fill that with this foam. And just give me a second, I'll show you guys how to do it. All right, so we got our spray foam working. Kind of had to purge a little bit there. I'm just gonna wipe this off, this extra that we have coming out right now. So what you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna wanna get in as close as possible. And you're just gonna go along. Of course, it's not gonna work when I start recording. Why would it? Here we go. It's working. So you see what I'm doing here. You're just filling up this crack. I think our can's getting a little bit low. We're gonna have to pick up another can. So yeah, we're just filling this crack. I'll get back to you guys when I finish here. All right, guys. So we just finished spray foaming. I had to cut my nozzle off because I wasn't getting enough pressure. I guess it was the hose part was clogged or something. I don't know. There wasn't much coming out. So I'm gonna flip the camera and I'm gonna show you what I've done. Basically, anywhere where you could have seen concrete, that could have been a spot for airflow, right? And these walls are interior walls, so I don't plan on insulating them. Like as you can see, it kind of it just comes to our actual house, right? So these walls don't really matter. These are just, they're load bearing walls, right? So they're interior, so I wasn't going to insulate them. Maybe back here, I might put some like soundproofing rock wool, I guess, because I plan to make an office area just to play games there, pretty much. And yeah, so what I've done, every larger crack, we'll say, I filled. So all of this, I had exposed concrete just coming to the top of the footing here. And I had a big gap in right here. So I just put some in there, and like you can see on the bottom, like I showed you already, there's a big gap. And this is underneath. Looks good. No gaps, all filled. Same in this corner. All filled. And then what I'm gonna do, when it starts to dry or whatever, I'll just put some tuck tape over it, like I've done here, because it prevents any moisture from getting out, whatever. And yeah, I'm gonna set the subfloor. I'll get back to you guys. I'll probably be like, I don't know, a couple panels back, probably around here somewhere. I'm just gonna start working my way this way so I can move my material from here to there, so that I have more room to work, you know, kind of working with limited space, and we'll make it work. All right, I'll get back to you guys. There's one other thing I forgot to mention. I know you guys are probably looking at this wondering why I've done gaps, but I did my foam first. So every piece of foam, I just put a subfloor board underneath, so it keeps it elevated, because we need this gap underneath them, right? So we can fit the subfloor underneath them when we're ready to set them all in. Now you could put them right to the floor and have your subfloor just touched up against right here. But I don't know, I think, in my opinion, for more airflow, I think you'd get better ventilation and, you know, less moisture buildup, whatever, if you have the subfloor within the wall. Because I have left like a 1/4 inch gap on the back side of the subfloor, so that you can, like, the air can flow underneath, even like right here, like the air can flow underneath. And where I'm from, it's we have like a lot of flooding, and not a lot, but we have a lot of water. So any moisture that does get in, I know it's not gonna be much, but you know, yeah, any moisture that does get in, it's just it'll evaporate pretty much. And you shouldn't feel it through your floor because it's plastic on the bottom of these panels. And I'm gonna put just a foam, probably vapor barrier, over the top. So the laminate should be good, I'm hoping. If any of you guys know, if there's any other home builders in the, you know, comments, whatever, then I'm open to suggestions, and you can let me know. And if I'm doing something wrong, don't be afraid to shame me. I'm pretty thick-boned, and I don't really care. So yeah, let me know. So I was thinking, maybe some people have never done these before. So I'm gonna show you. You see this groove right here? It's called tongue and groove, right? So you have you have an indent on the other side, and what you do is they just pretty much piece together, right? So we're gonna get a 2x4. Or it could be anything. It doesn't matter what it is, really. So you're gonna get your 2x4. You're gonna put it here, and you're gonna get a hammer, rubber mallet, whatever. Just I don't know where my hammer is. It's over here. You're just gonna want to get a hammer, and you're just gonna want to tap the back side of this fucking 2x4. I'm gonna need 2 hands.
So you just tap the back side of the 2x4.
You're finished. It looks like one piece, right? You just have your crack, your seam of where it would be. And yeah, you're gonna wanna just line them up, your corners, and then continue on. It's pretty straightforward, not hard. But yeah, the main thing is just getting it underneath your foam board. All right, guys, so I got 3 more sections in. Like I said, I'm just gonna fill right here for now, because it's gotta be cut for the door. And I gotta be cut anyway because I don't need a full tile inside right here. So I'm gonna start moving some material, the styrofoam, probably a table. Just put it up here so it's out of my way, and I can continue working up that way. As a reminder, don't forget to put your nozzle covers on before your shit dries up. All right, here we are. A little bit more tidy, a lot more room to play. I'm keeping these tiles in the back because, well, that's where I'm going to end, so there's no point to move them all up here. if we're just gonna work ourselves that way anyway. So I'm gonna get back to doing this flooring, and I'll probably get back to around here or something. I got about a half hour here, so it's pretty quick going, but yeah, I'll get you guys back in a minute. All right, here we are. A little bit more tidy, a lot more room to play. I'm keeping these tiles in the back because, well, that's where I'm going to end, so there's no point to move them all up here if we're just going to work ourselves that way anyway. So I'm going to get back to doing this flooring, and I'll probably get back to around here or something. I got about a half hour here, so it's pretty quick going, but yeah, I'll get you guys back in a minute. So as I'm going, I noticed there's concrete. I don't know if you can see, can you? Yeah, it's pretty good. So we got our foam and we're gonna fill it. There we go. A good healthy amount. When it dries, I'll just put an extra bit of tape over the top of it. And yeah, this next row, it's gonna be, we're gonna need a cut just around this pipe. It's not hard to do, but I'll probably save it. And so I can show you guys what I'm doing. Okay. So we're around a piece that has to be cut. And as you can see, I've pushed it in all the way so we get a nice accurate cut. What you're going to want to do is basically, you want to come, I'd say probably give it a ½ inch out from where your pipe starts. Just come out this far, whatever. Put a mark. And then you're going to want to take a measurement from the wall, your existing wall, to where your subfloor ends. So basically, right now I'm at 3.5 inches roughly. So I'm gonna cut 3.5 inches back right here, and it should allow me to slide in this way. You can almost take 4 inches too, just it doesn't really make a difference. It's gonna be like ½ inch, so it doesn't matter that much. But you're gonna take 4 inches, say here, from where your two lines that you're gonna mark. So let me get it marked up, and I'll just show you guys what I mean here. All right, so basically, so we have our square. We're flush on our back, right? So that's where your pipe starts. So you're going to want to give it, I don't know, 1/4 inch maybe. And that's where your first mark is going to be. All right, so we'll just put a mark right here. I already marked it without measuring, but yeah, see that? Okay. And then we flip. Same thing. Touching. Take a 1/4 inch or so. Right? And mark. Same thing, I already had a mark right here. But it doesn't matter, that was just eyeball. And I have I actually went 3 3/4. This is my 4 inch mark. I went 3 3/4. Because it's from the wall to the end of our subfloor, it's a small 3.5, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me just I'll mark it, finish our marking, and maybe I'll get a cut. I'm not sure if I have time to though. All right, so when you get your marking done, it should look something like this. This right here is obviously our it's our cut part, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to let's go get ready for my appointment. So when I get this piece cut, I'll get back to you guys, and I'll just show you how it fits. And if you need to make any trimming, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. And yeah, we'll make it work. Special feature. Say hi, Elliot. Look at him, he's so cute. Elliot. All right, guys, we're back. Got my skill saw set up. I'm gonna cut our piece. An oscillating tool too, just to notch this part out so we don't have to worry about losing any extra material. The rain cleared off. It's a nice day out now. A little bit chilly, but it's all right. Anyways, I'll cut this piece and I'll show you guys how it fits. We're back with our cut piece. I just wanted to show you guys how it looked from the bottom when you cut. Like you can see, it doesn't ruin the plastic or anything. So if our math is right, should be able to just hit this end and it should drive right in. So let's give it a go. It looks perfect, guys. Look at that. Perfect. So there we go. Looks pretty good. Now what you could do is you could spray foam your corners. I don't know if it really matters or not. Because like I said, we're going to have foam, like a foam guard going over the top of the floor here. But yeah, I'll probably leave it because I don't think it's going to be a problem. And this the wall, I'm thinking my wall is going to be in this, my pipe is going to be in the middle of the wall. That's my plan. So I don't have to do any more extra framing around the pipe or anything. So I'm going to have my wall frame like where my fingers are, like around there, say. Alright guys. So I've gotten to here. I'm gonna in this pile now, so I'm gonna start working on this section. I need one full, half of one roughly. It's like a 10 inches and 3/4 or something like that. Well, it was down here anyway. So I'm gonna get doing that. Get my pieces cut. And I just got, this is where I'm gonna leave this empty because it's my hot water boiler, just for if there's any issues, it's easy to get at, and that's our drain. So if need be, it's easy accessible, and I'll probably just frame in a little door here when the time comes or something. I don't know. But yeah, I got just my square here. I just kind of just used my square off the wall, and I just outlined it. This is where I want to end. So yeah, I'm gonna get doing this, cutting a few pieces, and I'll get back to you guys in a minute shortly. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut another piece. I just want to show you. There's no way to cut so that you can get a groove on both pieces for the middle. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm keeping the groove, and I got a groove up here, and this is going to be our connector. Same situation. Connector will have groove on top. We're going to have groove inside. That doesn't really matter. Doesn't make a difference. You can, like I said, there's going to be foam over the top, but whatever. And you might even have to just smack this in to make it flat. It depends on your space, whatever. If it doesn't fit well, you can cut it, or smack it in and flatten it out, and yeah, it'll work good. I'll just, I'll cut it and I'll show you guys what I mean when I get in there. All right, for this next piece, see it's a bit of an odd shape. We kind of dive out a little bit here. And usually what I do is I'll keep the groove. I'm just wondering how I can show you. I'll keep the groove on the inside usually, but I just went flat. I have a groove, I have flat, and I have a tongue. So we're just gonna fit this in underneath, and it should just slide right in. I'm hoping, because we don't have a groove. Okay, I'm gonna need a hammer. So here it is. I had to trim off an 1/8 of an inch, basically the width of the blade, just because of this, because of the tongue on this piece. But you can tell it fits pretty tight. So like it doesn't, without a groove, it doesn't affect it much. And you can, like, it still serves the same purpose. So I think it'll be all right. But like I said, if any of you guys know any better, you deal with this stuff on the daily, let me know. And yeah, let's continue on. All right, guys, we made it to the, actually, I don't know if I told you guys, this is supposed to be a bathroom. Eventually, obviously. But anyways, we made it to the bathroom door. A couple difficult cuts. This one wasn't so bad, but this one was, I had to cut it like 3 times to get it to fit. But I think it looks good. We're going to need a small piece. And I'll probably cut out a little triangle here too, just to go with this line. So my plan is to have a little half wall come probably like to here, say. And I'll put a little trap door kind of thing just to have access. I'll probably wall this part off too, actually, just have a wall coming here. Maybe, we'll see what happens, whatever. Yeah. I'm going to cut this last piece, cut this piece, and move some shit around here. Get all this stuff out of the way, I can finish the floor. Alright guys, I'm back. I got the floor in the bathroom here as far as I can get. This is our toilet hole. We can't put anything here. This is our water connector or water drain, whatever. And I was just gonna leave that empty now for just for now too. I'm working on getting this bit of foam on this wall in the bathroom here, just for something to do. And yeah, and I'm going to finish just the flooring. Got like 4 feet of floor left to fill in there. I was trying to get that pall down a little bit, but didn't really do much, so I gotta move all that stuff. But yeah, I'll get this in and I'll give you guys an update. Alright guys, I'm just cluing up here. It's going for 8:30, 9 o'clock in the night. It's dark out. It's kind of starting to get inconvenient to be cut, and then I'm sick of remembering measurements and I keep making the wrong cuts, so I'm calling it a night. I have the bathroom styrofoam mounted, and I finished the flooring. I put this piece up. I'm gonna cut it off here when it dries in or whatever, and I can yeah. So that's it for now. Tomorrow I might start framing a wall on the other side. See what I get doing. I go back to work Thursday, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks. But I'd say I've done pretty good progress for 2 days. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. This is being recorded the next day. Obviously I got in bed last night and I died. So it's pretty miserable today. I don't know if we're gonna get anything done, but I'll show you outside. We're getting like 30 mils of rain today. But yeah. I might go pick out a couple walls, see if I can get anything done, but I also have to do other things. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to join, tag along, whatever. I'm probably going to be uploading again the next couple weeks. I'm going back to work for 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens there.